make it.
All I know about movie trilogies is that in the third one, all bets are off.
Scream 3, Sunday at 10 on 4.
True trilogies are all about going back to the beginning.
.com.
Entertainment.
4.
The shows you love.
4.
Classic clips.
4.
Great prizes.
4.
Your favorite stars.
Channel4.com.
4.
Dating.
4.
Lovers. Lonely hearts.
4.
Flirting.
4.
The Lovometer.
Always on channel4.com.
Hercules, you're here at last.
I have traveled many galaxies to save your planet from these Klargon warriors.
Hercules, what are we to do? We are but naught against these strange invaders.
I'm really excited about this summer, the potential, not because we're going, but I believe that God's actually interested in Ibiza.
I want to see people just completely fall in love with God. I want to see people become Christians. I want to see people healed. I want to just have the most amazing worship sessions ever in a club.
We might meet some people and they think Christianity is the most boring, irrelevant thing they've ever heard of. And then after talking with us and meeting with us, then they think, actually, yeah, maybe there is something in it.
So when God comes to town, it's just going to explode.
It's the holiday season in the Mediterranean, and a team of passionate young Christians descends on the island of Ibiza. Known as 24/7 prayer, they've come to bring the gospel to a generation they believe are lost to drugs, sex and alcohol.
Ibiza influences everything, not just the music scene, but the fashion scene, sets the whole mood, sets the whole tone, starts all the trends for the year. And in many ways, it's like this great big fountain that everything just trickles out of and streams out of into everything else. And if you can take that water at the source with something good, with something pure, then that's going to go out to the rest of Europe, the rest of the world even.
These modern-day missionaries have volunteered from churches all over Britain.
Thank you for driving.
For the 2.5-month summer season, they'll be sharing this 4-bedroom rented house.
Going to go through expectations, basically just guidelines for while we're out here.
On day 1, Vicky, a student social worker, lays down the house rules.
No smoking, no drinking, not even a beer, obviously no drugs, no sexual activity. If you fancy someone, that's great, bring it on, but please keep it for outside the team when you get home. We haven't got a problem with it, but you know, we want to stay focused while we're here for 2 weeks. That'll be the kitchen classroom.
Saturday's your day off. We'll be dropping you guys into Playa d'Embossa, which is where Space is, where Bora Bora...
Carla works full-time for 24/7 and is in charge of the schedule.
There'll be 4 teams, and you'll rotate around what you do each night. One team will go clubbing, one team will be in the West End, one team will be prayer walking and walking along Sunset Strip, and one team will be in a prayer room from 12 till 5 in the morning.
James, a business student, is 24/7's team leader. His priority is to oversee the construction of their spiritual HQ.
This is a prayer room. It's very empty now, just been cleaning it out. This is going to be the base for for all of the activities that we're going to be doing this summer. This afternoon we're just going to be decorating it, putting different things in there just to make it a creative environment, just to help us to focus on God and to express what's on our hearts as well.
Well, I'm working on a building, it's a true foundation. I'm holding up the blood stain, burning for my Lord.
24/7 are not your typical Bible-bashing missionaries. They all love clubbing. Many of them are DJs, and they believe that church should be as exciting and imaginative as possible. Instead of pews, organs and stained glass windows, they've got scatter cushions, decks and flyers for nightclubs as a focus for their prayer. This is church with a difference.
It's boring if it's just like an empty room. And I don't think just sitting there like with your eyes shut and your hands together is like any fun.
I don't know what I'm doing with this.
I'm so excited now. Alright, are we going in the prayer room? Yes.
It's the first night of mission in Ibiza. Before the teams can engage with the clubbers, they must first congregate in the prayer room to invoke God's power and protection. For them, Ibiza is a spiritual battleground of good and evil. Their most powerful weapon is prayer.
Speaking prophetically over tonight, speaking prophetically over the island. You just want to really step out in faith because all you can do is encourage.
Just like the early disciples, they lay on hands and speak in tongues.
So just really step out tonight, just beg God for the spiritual gifts, be willing to listen to Him, really quieten yourselves, push on through, and we just pray, Lord, that you bless them. We thank you that you're talking to us all the time. I just pray that you give us ears to listen, Lord. Yes, Lord.
The West End at midnight. Time to start getting to know people.
Whereabouts are you from?
Absinthe.
You're from Absinthe?
No, I like absinthe though. And we're from Cardiff, right?
Yeah.
But we all drink absinthe.
No, I don't believe in God, but I believe in beer, kebabs, women, and shagging.
And sex.
That's about as far as it goes, isn't it?
There's something funny about the lifestyle and everybody's slightly clueless.
Buy 4 beers, get a litre of spirits for nothing.
No, sorry mate.
3 hardcore porn.
We set up a prayer room just down the road. We're part of the Christian prayer movement. So we're just going around asking people if they want us to pray for them, seeing if they're alright, if there's anything we can do.
When you say you believe in something, you like say, for example, you're 1 out of 12, you're a minority and trying to prove a point, you'd like to have evidence or something in your pocket. I would love to be able to say, believe in God, the reason being, and have a reason for it and have evidence for it.
When you have an experience of love, you would start believing love. You can't really like say that, yeah, love exists because you can't really like touch it. It's not tangible.
Do you know what I'd love? 80–90% of the population haven't got evidence for it, so they'd prefer not to believe because it saves the argument.
Do you believe in the future? Do you
yeah,
believe in what
think
happens
if we
every
die,
day?
I don't know.
I don't believe that you're mapped out to happen.
No, I reckon we're mapped out.
No, I don't.
Yeah. And something that goes wrong, then it happens for a reason. That it's meant to have happened. So like I spilled drink all over me this afternoon. I think, right, that's happening for a reason because I'm going to get too drunk and end up falling asleep somewhere. So that's why I spilled it everywhere. That's what I reckon.
It's funny how many people say they believe in God and then come out with something that they've invented themselves. Without wishing to diss anybody we've chatted to tonight.
Can I be on your camera?
God can be anybody you want to be, really. I read this quote by Judge Jules earlier on tonight. It's like, what was it? I'm God. It's 38p a minute cheap rate, 50p a minute peak time. It's like, put your money in, you believe what you want, sort of thing.
It just seems like there's a great big divide between us and them in a way, but there shouldn't be. And it's like, well, how do you bridge that gap?
How do you bridge that gap?
That's what I'm wondering at the moment. That's what I'm trying to work out, but I really don't know.
In the wee small hours of the morning,
while the whole wide world is fast asleep. You lie awake and you think about the girl.
Do you want a hand home? Do you know where you're going?
I'm going to Catalina.
You're going where, sorry?
Catalina.
Catalina? Do you know where it is?
Just on over that.
Will you be alright?
That's all, I'm sorted.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much for your concern.
It's alright.
Despite a challenging first night, James is undeterred in his vision of seeing clubbers becoming Christians.
Ultimately, I want to see people turn to God, which would mean giving them a label as becoming Christians. I want people to become Christians.
The whole island?
Yeah. Yeah, people who live here. I want tourists to get off a plane and feel, whoa, I can feel God here. They might not describe it as God, but I want tourists to come out of the plane and just know that there's an awesome presence bigger than they are. I just want to see the kingdom of God happen.
The new look Ford Mondeo. One of the safest places to be.
Now with Harpic. Active cleaning and non-stop fragrance combined. New Harpic 2-in-1. Cleaning and long-lasting fragrance in one. Active cleaning and non-stop freshness even between flushes. Harpic, send in the experts.
Two weeks into the mission, and 24/7's DJ equipment arrives from England.
Hope they're all right, you know.
Doug is a full-time DJ evangelist. He's here to introduce clubbers to God using his turntables and gospel dance tracks.
I really want to use the DJing out here in Ibiza as a form of worship, where I guess back in the UK I can feel quite free to lead worship using the turntables and using the decks, and the best times I can worship God is when I'm in my bedroom just banging out a bit of house or drum and bass, whatever it is, and really sort of getting that sort of zone with God and just, you know, worship my heart out. So wherever I go, and through gigs if we get it, little bars, seedy little clubs down back streets, we want to really just be Jesus to people through the worship.
For Doug and his colleague Mark, being Jesus in Ibiza starts with offering free DJ lessons to holidaymakers.
What we'll do is if you guys just come up and bring your beers and stuff, and we'll just take you through the gear and then we'll just get you started. Hand above the record, wait till you hear first sound, put your hand down gently, drag it back till there's no sound, other hands balance it, next one in control of the power. Give it a nice crisp kind of... So the next step is getting this in time. It's just whether we see if your boys got any rhythm or not, you know. So step one. Yep, step two.
But to reach the masses, Doug needs a chance to DJ at one of the big venues on Sunset Strip, where thousands gather every evening. The team heads out on a prayer walk around the different venues to ask God to open a door for them.
Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open to you.
As we're walking around, God, we want to know what your heart is. For the clubs, for the bars.
And to those who knock, it will be open.
I just thank you that you are Lord in this place. I just thank you that you've got a plan for this place.
If you've got something here, could you bring it out into the open, God?
always see immediate answers to prayer, and you sometimes feel a bit of a plonker walking around a club in the middle of the afternoon, but I know that God listens. I know that God wants to break into this island. He wants to help the people here, and he'll do it the way he wants to do it, and if we can just help him and serve him by doing this, brilliant.
I don't know what all my mates will say when I come back and say I'm a Christian now. I've been to Ibiza and come back a Christian. They'll be like, what? That's not supposed to happen.
While the search for a venue goes on, Vicky takes the rest of the team to worship God in a nightclub.
There's a team of about 6 or 7 of us going in, basically pray, worship, chat to God, just really ask the clear spirit just to come and fill that place and just worship and just be a bit different to everyone else. So that is the plan. Hello, Mom! I absolutely love it. It blows me away. It is like I am with God. Because all it is just pure worship and just praising him. My spirit and my soul just connect. At one point it was just like goosebumps just rushing down my body, just where the Holy Spirit was just filling me up. I was in there for about an hour and I just really felt that there were angels in the club and stuff just dancing and sort of praising with us, and then I saw, or had an impression and sort of saw an angel leaning against the pole, well, the pillar, and we had a bit of a laugh.
What does the angel look like?
Cheeky. It was probably a bit taller than me and it was just really cheeky, and it was just there really, just leaning up against the pillar.
Wearing?
Just clothes, just looking like a clubber. So,
how do you know it was an angel and not a clubber?
Because I saw it, but I also didn't see it, if that makes sense. I had a real impression of what it looked like and I knew it was there, and sort of I look over into that area and I just knew that it would be there. So I just knew it was there. And I've seen angels and stuff before, so I've just got 2 random blokes staring at me.
I'll be honest, I don't believe in any of that. I really don't. I just don't.
It's fine.
I'll be honest with you, I'm not going to start saying, oh yeah, it might be, it might. I just don't believe in it, full stop.
What gets you going?
Music.
Having a good time. What kind of
making
music?
Loads of sales at work.
Right.
And being better than anybody else that comes in my way at work. And it might sound horrible, but just trampling over them at work.
Serious? How have you done that? We'll come down to you, yeah?
After a week of slogging round clubs and bars, the team's prayers are answered. They've been offered an opening at a bar called Mambo, one of the most prestigious on the island.
All right, see ya.
Okay, 85%, not exaggerating. We've got a night every Thursday night, the whole night at Mambo.
What's down there now?
Until Carl Cox
Until Carl Cox starts.
Basically,
in the middle of August.
Carl Cox can have it.
As the sun
As the sun sets, with the worship. I can't believe it, mate. I cannot believe
Let's just rearrange the programme. Let's get the entire team down there for Thursday night. They've got to be there.
Definitely.
The pressure's on now for me. We've got a night in amongst Judge Jules Petong, Paul Oakenfold. So I'm just buzzing. Ideas are constantly going through my head about what we can do, how can we make it amazing, how can we stand out from other nights. And
are you nervous about it?
Yeah. I do get nervous, you know. It's not a panicky nervous, it's just more a excited nervous.
Every evening in Ibiza, there's a ritual gathering of the masses on Sunset Strip. This is where everyone comes to fuel up before the nightclubs open. And 24/7 aren't the only people pushing spirituality on the island. There's a whole host of alternatives competing for the crowd's attention. Right in the middle of all this is Mambo, known amongst the clubbing fraternity as one of the coolest bars in the world. Thursday evening, it's D-Day for Doug and Mark.
As we look at Mambo there and we see the people starting to build up, Father God, we just ask that your presence will just be here right now, God, that your spirit will just be on each one of us as we touch people's lives, as we play the music, as we direct all that we're doing to you, God.
As the sun disappears, it's 24/7's big moment. Carla's worship songs are well received, and at the end of the first hour, the manager, Miguel, seems happy.
The music is cool. Yeah, very cool. Sure. Thank you.
That's all good. Thumbs up from the big man. Winked at me. Wicked. He's happy. I'm happy.
Then Mark takes over on the decks. But 20 minutes in, Miguel doesn't like one of the tracks Mark has played and asks for Mambo's regular DJ to be reinstated. It's a disappointing end to the night for 24/7.
Yeah, big gutting, but I had a good half hour before I played that tune, and he liked the stuff before that. So, yeah, a bit gutted, but plenty more nights through the summer, hopefully, that we're going to get. We'll see how it goes. Yeah.
After just 4 hours sleep, the team are up again. While they wait for God to clean the island up spiritually, they crack on with the physical side of their mission, litter picking on the beaches.
I do believe God made the world to be perfect. And then he made humankind to be good stewards of the world. He put them in the Garden of Eden to care for it, to tend it, to nurture the plants, to care for the animals, to look after creation. I don't like it.
I just found a used condom and it was like stuck to the tree. I had to pick it off.
Chuffing heck, look at this, it's champagne glass.
By midday, only 200 yards of a mile-long beach have been cleaned.
How do you feel now you've done that?
Knackered, hungry. It's quite satisfying. Can't believe how much rubbish we've collected. Really can't. Collected loads. I think we're going to be here all summer, going right to the end of the beach. Bit of a daunting task.
Halfway through the mission, there are no obvious signs of any converts. The team is beginning to show signs of flagging.
My name's Bullock, James Bullock. Yeah.
And there's an extra pressure on James, with bad news from his university.
I've just finished my first year studying marketing and business. I failed a business double module, but I know I shouldn't be, but I'm currently out of the country. I wasn't intending to fail. I don't want to sound rebellious at all. That's not where I'm coming from. But what would my options be if I didn't come back? Like this morning, I was just too stressed to pray. I just couldn't get things out of my mind to be able to
I couldn't control what was going on in my mind, to be able to still myself, to just listen to God, to get a perspective on what was happening, and that's not nice. I don't like that. I don't like to be too busy to allow God to speak into my life. And
what's stressing you most of everything? What is the biggest pressure?
It's just the relentlessness of it all.
What is it you miss most?
Miss my mum, my dad. Miss just sitting in front of the telly on the sofa with my friends and watching telly. Just switching off.
Vicky believes that because they are promoting God on the island, they are also stirring up spiritual opposition.
You know, we're out here trying to work for good, trying to build something of God's community, build something of his heart for people, and just to reach out and stuff. And I just think that, that somebody actually doesn't like it. And,
The devil doesn't like it.
Yeah, people are starting to go down sick, get really tired, get really frustrated, really question what they're doing out here, and just get a bit disillusioned. And I mean, it's classic, really. It's obvious. It's classic spiritual warfare.
Some insurance companies don't want to insure me. There's a company that only wants good drivers. They don't want you to pay for my repairs. The company's Esure. They could save you up to 30%.
You went into the back of my new car.
Calm down, dear. It's a commercial. I'm really a very good driver. That's why I'm with Esure.
Hello, Mum. I'm on the telly.
Call Esure on 0845 045 3000 or buy online.
Let's go. Where's my Bible? There's my Bible.
It's mid-August in Ibiza, and there are still no converts. With only 3 weeks to go until the end of their mission, the team is determined to push for a breakthrough.
Tonight, I want us to really step out in faith and to really take risks, because it's not about tomorrow, it's about today. It's not about waiting for things to happen, it's about pushing for them to happen today, and not missing the moment, and not missing the mark, and not allowing God to walk by us and, us just to do whatever, but just to be living and our eyes open and just wanting to see God move tonight. You're right with your bag, or do you want to leave it in the prayer?
This is Alicia's bag, so...
They've been encouraged to be bolder in approaching people and offering to pray for them there and then on the streets.
So you often pray for people just like us now here?
Yeah, like you guys.
You just do that?
Yeah.
Like when you go back to...
Or on the spot when we go back, yeah.
So I could say, because my friend died in a car crash just 2 weeks before I came out here. So you could pray for him? Or you would pray for me, for the family.
For the family. What was his name?
Ollie.
Ollie. That's cool. Father, we pray for Ollie, Father, and just the family, God. And yeah, like we're saying, Father, just nothing like terrible like that would ever happen to that family again, God. That you keep them safe, Lord, that you keep them protected, Lord. Pray you be with all the members of the family in this really special way, God. So, look over them, Lord.
We can pray for you here and now if you want, like pray that, let God be with you. I just want God to be with her. Yeah.
For people who aren't comfortable with being prayed for on the spot, prayer requests are written down so they can be dealt with back at the prayer room.
My dad died when I was 11, obviously.
God, it's Ben. I'm in Ibiza. I still think about you every day. Take care. All my love, Ben.
God bless my old man. Hope he gets better soon.
God, I just pray for you just to really open his eyes to see you tonight, God. God, that he would just get how much you just love him.
At last, the first visitors to the prayer room. 2 DJs they've spoken to drop in to have a look.
Wow, have a look around. That was crazy.
You've developed a low-cost ambient environment.
I expected it to be like a lot like bigger. I don't know. Like when you said like a place where everyone, I was like, but wow.
This is brilliant.
After meeting you guys, I've learnt so much that it's not as if like you're anybody different. It's like, you know, oh my God, you're unapproachable or anything. If anything, I find it quite interesting really, just to sort of like see what it really means, because like, I'm only used to it from like school. And like that sort of side of it, but at school it's like you're growing up so fast, you're just not interested, you know, you're not really bothered. But yeah, maybe one day I could be born again.
After a long night of praying for people, the team are in good spirits.
Venture capitalists.
James has been allowed to rewrite his essay in Ibiza and email it back to university. But the atmosphere is about to be shattered by an unexpected event outside the house.
There's a road that comes out of here onto the main road, and there was a big crash there the other day, and there was a car that went into the wall the other day as well. And like we're always hearing like big screeches and stuff. There's been another crash there.
Gosh, look at that.
A head-on collision has left 4 people hurt. Vicky and Bex go down to help.
Because she's got a head injury. And it's pulling, and you know, she's got whiplash as well.
Andrea, un besito!
You just pray that the ambulances on this island, that you clear the road to them, Lord, they get there really quickly. You protect the road down there, but no one else in the wet skids into it, Lord, that they can be really safe, that people can be managing the traffic. Just pray your spirit be there, your protection be there, and that Bex and Vix can just really look after everyone involved.
There's a growing sense of unease in the house,
Carl, are you ready?
and Vicky has had a premonition.
Last night I had just horrific nightmares. Basically I woke up with a start because I just thought, hold on, something's in our room here and this is not quite right. And so I had a look around the room and sort of I checked the girls, and all the girls are in bed asleep fine, and I thought, well okay, well why am I feeling like this? And sort of that's my bed there. And the door was open and the fan was going, which is fine. And then like there was this black shadow sort of standing just here.
It wasn't just a shadow?
No, it wasn't just a shadow, because, you know, I checked the room, I checked all the girls, they were asleep, I checked that it wasn't a reflection of the door or the curtain moving or the fan blowing and things like that. It was definitely evil.
At the prayer room that night, Vicky reads from the Bible and warns the team to be on their guard.
Submit yourselves then to God, resist the devil and he will flee from you. Come near to God and he will come near to you. Now, God really gave me that verse because I think that tonight, that for some of us it might be a bit hard. I just feel God wants to really encourage us tonight, to let us know that we are on the right track, but this is, you know, a spiritual battle that we're in.
The team worships God, dances and prays as usual. Then, at 6 in the morning, they return to the house.
Has anyone got the front door key?
Yeah, I was going to go as well then.
Has anyone got the front door key?
Not under that bed.
Has anyone got the front door key?
What's happened basically?
We've been burgled. Big time burgled. Everything's gone, everyone's passports, everyone's money, everyone's travellers' checks.
How much
People's
money?
suitcases have gone, well, the €5,000 have gone, which was like the 24/7 petty cash. All the team have had all of their cash and their phones and their cards stolen. And it's really ironic. The most annoying thing is that we've had God pray for protection over us tonight. And the only thing that we didn't pray for was the house when we weren't here. And now this has happened. And it's ironic, really. I don't think it's a coincidence.
Can everyone go and sit in the lounge for a second? We're going to go through the final what's gone, what's not gone. Laptop?
Yeah.
Decks?
Yeah.
Is there anybody else with checkbooks missing? 1, 2, 3.
We know what it's about now. There is an enemy that doesn't like God's stuff, and we're doing God's stuff, so it doesn't like us either. So we're a lot sharper. We know why we're here. We know the cost of what it takes to see through what we want to see through. And I think this is probably only a small bit of the cost of what it's going to take to see this island transformed.
With the mission now at a standstill, Vicky has time to reflect on what impact she thinks 24/7 has had in Ibiza.
I personally believe that things that we've done this summer have been really significant, and actually we're not going to really understand the impact we've had on this island until next year or the year after or the year after that, because that's what happens, you know.
It's a long-term thing.
It is a long-term thing, and I think sometimes we forget that and we get caught up in the instant, and it's not about the instant, you know.
It would have been nice to have seen a couple of people become Christians though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would have been nice, and you know, we've still got a couple of days left, and actually we've built some really good relationships with people which we know God is really moving in their lives. So who knows what will happen when we go back home and we carry on with those relationships. They may make a choice to choose to live for God and to follow Jesus, or they may not, but at the end of the day that is their choice, and we cannot force a choice onto them.
As its farewell to the island, the team throws a party in the West End. With borrowed decks, live music and fruit to give away.
Not everyone understands house music. It's a spiritual thing.
No one talks much about God, but the night is a roaring success.
You from Leeds?
Yeah.
Game on.
Oh yeah.
Wakefield.
Nice one, mate.
I used to go to Evan and L, Majestics, Townhouse.
How are you getting on, Vicky?
Yeah, really well. I love it. It's going really good. Meet loads of people, talk to them. The fruit's a great way to like get in touch with people and stuff. So
I told you I'm doing all this one coming. Come on!
Can't you understand? Can't you understand?
And I feel tonight it's just worked so well, and this is exactly what we're about. It's like what we want to bring to the island. It's great, really.
House music. House music.
I know that when I get home there'll be loads of people going, so how many people became Christians? And you say, well, no one yet has. Say, well, no one. And they'll be like, oh well, that wasn't very good then, was it? And I'm really nervous about people saying that, because actually so much stuff has happened that's been amazing, that's a lot harder to define in terms of numbers. It's not like a quantitative measurable thing, but I know that people have really started becoming more open to God and to prayer and to that kind of thing.
Amazing grace shall always be
It's time to head home. The team is philosophical about the future and vows to return.
I'm going to miss this place loads. Definitely going to looking forward to coming back, whenever that may be.
Do you mean that?
Yeah, definitely.
Island life continues with or without 24/7. God will still be here. God will still be interested. It's very little to do with us.
The sound that saved a wretch like me.
Tell us what you think about this or any programme on TV. Hit channel4.com/thinktv.
Was blind, but now I see.
One love. Two lovers.
My name's Jack Woodford, I'm a fiancé.
Cross race, cross religion, infidelity, nothing gets in the way of our horny little sister.
I've just cheated on the man I'm going to marry.
Think you might be able to stop in time for the wedding?
I'm going to marry Jack.
This is happening here, you can't shut it out. You know my mate Jack? Fiancé. How long has it been going on?
But is it love?
You're all I need to be happy.
Or just confusion?
Get it into your head, Sam. We have no future.
Second Generation. Brand new drama. Coming soon on 4.
A confident, outgoing 29-year-old and her quiet, sensitive sister, Lardan and Lale Bijani, were the conjoined twins that captured the world's hearts.
We feel happy, excited, and a little bit nervous, especially me.
They both dreamt of separate lives.
They never wavered in their determination to have surgery.
Dying to be apart. Monday at 9 on 4.
Now in 4 Dispatches, Congo's killing fields. Viewers are warned that from the start, the programme contains scenes of human suffering and distress and images of dead and mutilated bodies in the aftermath of massacres.
$4 million dead in 5 years. Rape, torture and cannibalism. Tonight, Dispatches travels to a country out of control and finds method beneath the madness. The Congo isn't a country, it's a battlefield. Dozens of warlords fight over its diamonds, gold and oil. To get their share, Congo's neighbours, Rwanda and Uganda, arm the warlords and stoke tribal conflict.
We're just about to land in Bunia in a UN-controlled airstrip. The control is very tenuous. There's one tribal militia in control of the city and another right on its outskirts trying to fight its way in. The UN are trapped and so are the civilians.
Below us, nothing moved. In the past few weeks, hundreds had been murdered here. 200,000 had fled. And Bunia isn't unique. In the Congo, it's typical.